And you gotta imagine, the entire time, his wife must have been so proud and impressed with herself, right? For choosing the right nigga, because
Yo, Don is the funniest dude on the internet. Yeah, I could see that though. I could see that.
truly, the head coaches there make between $500,000 and $1 million a year.
Ooh, $500,000 to $1 million a year? Damn. Alright guys, today we're gonna react to Young Dong Reacts. Apparently he has a video that just dropped about some coach that threw it all away.
Allow me to introduce you to Sherrone Moore, the greatest bag fumbler of 2025. Now, Sherrone Moore was the most recent head coach of the University of Michigan's football program and its first ever black head coach. We are talking about a historical achievement. This nigga been working all his life to get here, bro, and he threw it all away, all of it, to clap a remarkably mid-32-year-old white woman's cheeks. Now, for you to really understand,
You had to do some crazy shit for a mid-30-year-old. Interesting.
just how badly this man fucked up, you have to learn his story. Born in Derby, Kansas, Sherrone graduated from Derby High School in 2004, after which he went to Butler Community College, where he played 2 seasons on their football team, after which he got picked up by the University of Oklahoma, where he played as an offensive guard. In 2008, he graduated from the University of Oklahoma with a bachelor's degree in communications, and I don't care what anybody says, that's a pretty good achievement, especially for a black man. Moore wasn't good enough to make it to the professional level. However, he wasn't done with football and decided that he was going to become a coach. So while pursuing a master's degree at the University of Louisville in 2009, he was hired as a graduate assistant under Louisville head coach Steve Cragthorpe.
Yeah, he was moving up in life.
Basically just being an assistant to the coach, but by 2012 he was hired as a full-time assistant and worked as a tight ends coach through 2013. From there, he was hired as a tight ends coach at Central Michigan University in 2014, and it was while he was here at Central Michigan University that he married his wife, Kelly Moore, in 2015.
And he was married?
By 2017, he had worked his way up from being just a tight ends coach and was now the assistant head coach at Central Michigan University. He had been grinding for 8 years, and now things were finally looking up. A lot of guys try to get into coaching after not making it to the league, and most guys never get far. But here he was, the assistant head coach of a Division I football team. But Sherrone wasn't satisfied. No, Central Michigan University was great.
You gotta be a pretty good coach that he made it that far.
Truly, the head coaches there make between $500,000 and $1 million a year.
Ooh, $500,000 to $1 million a year? Damn.
But his mind was set on bigger things. But if you've been paying attention, this is who this guy is. When he didn't get recruited by a Division I football team out of high school, he didn't settle for playing D2 or D3. He said, I'm going to go to community college. I'm going to level up and get picked up by a Division I university. And it happened. He got picked up by the University of Oklahoma, where he actually played, right? He played 14 games. He wasn't just some bench warmer. And then when he wasn't good enough to go to the NFL and decided to become a coach, he didn't just take the first available job at a local high school. No, he said, I'm going to get my master's degree at a university with a prestigious football program so that I could work as an assistant under their head coach. And so he decided to pull that move again. Take one step back to make two steps forward. And so what does he do? In 2018, he takes a demotion. He goes from being the assistant head coach at Central Michigan University to being just a tight ends coach once again, but now at the University of Michigan, which is like top three best football.
Bro, he was putting in the work. That guy did not give up on his dreams as he should.
Programs at the collegiate level in America. It holds the record for the most all-time wins in college football history. And you know where he wants to go. He's looking at that head coaching position. He knows that that is the ultimate goal. And he continues to make progress. After 3 years as the tight ends coach in 2021, he gets promoted to being the offensive line coach. And you gotta imagine, the entire time, his wife must have been so proud and impressed with herself, right? For choosing the right nigga, because
yo, Don is the funniest dude on the internet. Yeah, I could see that though. I could see that.
she got on board early. Remember, they were married before he was even the assistant coach at Central Michigan University. And now, here he was, walking down that head coaching spot at the University of Michigan. But getting all the way to the head coaching position still was not going to be an easy task. One, they've never had a black head coach, and two, he was still only in his 30s. Nonetheless,
All that and he's still in his 30s? Bro, that guy was putting in the work, bro.
Moore's doing great. He's winning awards for being a great O-line coach. And then in 2023, the Michigan head coach, Jim Harbaugh, he gets suspended for 3 games. And so Moore gets tapped to be the acting head coach for the 3rd game of the season against Bowling Green State University. They end up winning 31-6. They fucking...
Wow, 31-6? Bro, that coach gotta be like, he gotta be a genius. 31-6? That's crazy.
washed them. Later that season, the head coach, Jim, he gets suspended again, right? This dude, he's a fucking...
What the hell? What is the other coach doing? Why he getting suspended so many times?
crash out, bro. Like, what the fuck? But he gets suspended. And so, again, they go back to Moore and they say, hey, we need you to be the acting head coach one more time. And of course, he steps up to the call. They had 3 regular season games left. Michigan was sitting on a 9-0 record. And so it was a lot of pressure because they hadn't lost all season. If all of a sudden they start losing, then that would suggest that Moore wasn't quite ready to be a head coach. So what does Sherrone do? He says, give me that shit. And then he goes on to lead Michigan to winning all 3 games, bro. Once Jim returns, Michigan goes on to finish out the season undefeated, 15-0, winning the
Damn, 15-0? They were putting in the work.
national championship. Sherrone is now being heralded as one of the best assistant coaches at the college level. He performed perfectly under the brightest of lights when it mattered the most, and he proved that he had what it takes to coach at the highest levels in college football. Now all he had to do was wait his turn. And fortunately for him, he didn't have to wait long, because in 2024, the Michigan head coach, he gets hired as the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, leaving the position of head coach wide open at Michigan, where Sherrone just proved that he can get the job done. Like, he just did that shit. It's still fresh in everybody's minds. And so in any other situation, Michigan would go and find some other white man to be the head coach. but it was too clear, right? Sherrone deserved this chance more than anybody else. He had the ability, he had the experience, he had the talent. He's already been coaching at Michigan for 6 years, and he just helped in a big way to secure the championship the previous year. To not give him a chance would be criminal. And so, on January 26, 2024, Sherrone Moore was named the Michigan's 21st head football coach, agreeing to a
Okay. I'm about to say.
5-year, $27.5 million contract.
Damn. Yo, college is paying that much to coach? Shit. I've been doing the wrong thing my whole life then. Shit. Coaching? Just coaching? Shit.
He did it. He did it. His dreams finally came true. A journey starting all the way back in 2009, where he worked as a graduate assistant at the University of Louisville. After 15...
Bro, if he effed that opportunity up just for some punani, nah, ain't no way. I don't know, ain't no way. And he has a wife. Come on.
Years of focus, grinding, dedication. He was now the head coach of one of America's top 5, if not top 3, most prestigious college football programs, making millions of dollars every year. He had it all. He had a wife that believed in him early on. He had 3 beautiful, healthy,
and 3 kids,
children, millions of dollars in the bank, all while now doing his dream job, all before the age of 40. All he had to do now was just lean back and sail.
He wasn't even 40. Making millions, 3 kids, beautiful family, wife. Why?
Off into the sunset. But you know this nigga had to fuck this shit up, bro. And fuck it up, he did. He fucked it all the way up for some pussy. Because on December 10 of 2025, literally 4 days ago, the 39-year-old married father of 3, Sherrone Moore, was fired for having an inappropriate sexual relationship with a Michigan staffer. Now, bro could have been cheating on his wife with literally anybody else, bro. He could have been cheating with an OnlyFans model. He could have been cheating with some random chick he met at the mall. Sure, it would have been messy. It would have been foul doing that to his wife, but he wouldn't have lost his job. But because this person that he had an affair with works directly under him at Michigan, that created a power imbalance. And it made Michigan University vulnerable to being sued. Because any day that this woman felt like she could just wake up and be like, oh, I only slept with him because I thought if I didn't, I would lose my job. So who is the woman that he threw everything away for? Meet Paige Shiver, currently 32, who started working for the University of Michigan in 2022 as an assistant recruiting and operations coordinator. Well, in 2024, the same year that Sherrone Moore becomes the head coach, without getting a promotion, Paige Shiver gets a pay raise from $58,000 to $90,000.
Oh, yeah, something going on. Bro, why? You know how many people are working hard out here just to make money? And you're throwing it all away for a mid-white girl. Not even a baddie. A mid-white girl. Come on, bro. And you got a family.
In 1 year. No special new responsibilities, no new title, same job she worked the year before, but for some reason, her salary went up by 50%. Most people are lucky to get a 4% wage increase year over year. The average promotion comes with a 15% raise. she got a 50% raise for what seems like no reason. And allegedly, this affair had been going on for years, bro.
For years. Wow.
Now, it's important to note neither the university nor the police nor has any official source named Paige as the mistress. However, there's pretty good reason to think that she is probably the mistress. And that's because the day that he was fired, he went to Paige's house, which, how did he know where that was, by the way? Anyway, after being fired,
I mean, they work together, so stuff like that, you know, if you work together for plenty of years, you're bound to know where people live. Especially if you got, you know, if you got close with the person.
he goes to Paige's apartment, breaks into her home, grabs an assortment of butter knives. I'm serious, right? He didn't even grab the big sharp joint, bro. He grabbed the round
Come on, why?
barely serrated dinner knives, along with a pair of kitchen scissors, and then threatened to end himself and make her watch. So technically, he didn't
So this goes on a mental breakdown because he lost his job, and the first thing he does is go to the person he's accused of having an affair to her house and try to take his own life in front of her. The hell is that gonna do? Like, the hell?
threatened to physically harm her, but he was still definitely emotionally terrorizing her and committing several crimes. And so, as a result, he was arrested and charged. He is now set to be released on house arrest with a $25,000 bond. And here's an actual video of his arraignment. Check it out.
Mr. Moore, could you state your name, please?
Sherrone Moore.
I'm still like thinking about it, like, why? I could get the affair, whatever, you know, like, even though you could have gone about it a better way with a actual baddie, or, bro, you could literally just pay a escort. You had the money to like do all that, keep it on the low, but you decided to mix pleasure with business while you still marry and have kids. Come on, bro. For years. And then you decide to go to the person's house that got you fired and commit a crime on top of that. Like, you could have still kept your money that you already made, probably made some investment, whatever, and probably could have fixed his marriage. I don't know. But even if he got divorced, he could have, you know, he could have been a free man and just start over again. He's still young. He's not even 40.
Sir, you are not to use alcohol, marijuana, or any other controlled substance that is not prescribed to you. You are not to possess or purchase a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You are not to engage in criminal conduct of any kind whatsoever. You may not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Prior to your release, you'll be placed on a GPS tether. The named victim in this case will not be placed on the record. You may not have contact with that individual. Are we understood on the no contact and no go-to, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will be set in the amount of $25,000 cash surety, as requested by the prosecution's office. This court does not determine innocence or guilt. This court determines flight risk and community safety. The court finds with these conditions in place, it has been met.
And so that's the story thus far of Sherrone Moore, the man who through pure grit, determination, and focus made all of his dreams come true and then flushed that shit down the toilet, all to sleep with some random and honestly pretty basic chick. And she has some kind of like weird disease too, you know, like not trying to make fun of her or anything, but she's got like this rare muscle disease and heart illness. It's like, bro, you gonna throw it all away for some sick woman? Like,
Don is crazy for saying that, but he does have a point. Like, bro, like, I don't know, bro. Like, why? Why are you gonna throw it all away for? Come on, bro. You work so hard, years and years and years, to achieve your goals. You finally achieve it. You're in a good position in life, and you decided to throw it all away for a woman? As basic and mid? Even if she was beautiful in his eyes, at least leave your wife. You know, there's other ways of going about it. He could have probably, I don't know, like tell the girl if it was love. He could have just been like, "Yo, quit the job. You know, I'll divorce my wife, and we could just, you know, be me and you, and that's it." And still could have kept his job. Probably people would talk shit, but that shit would die down. But no, he threw it all away. It's crazy.
Cheating on your wife, right? You had 3 kids. And he knew he was going to lose his job if anyone found out about this relationship. As soon as he got that head coaching position, he should have cut that shit off. Like, there were so many reasons.
I guarantee you he probably tried to cut that shit off, but the girl was probably like blackmailing him. Because it makes no sense for him to go to that girl's house and try to like commit a crime, even if he was gonna off himself or her or whatever. Yeah, saying something is not adding up.
To not do this, but
And she got a raise from 50 something to 90. Yeah, he was being blackmailed.
man's insatiable hunger for new vagina remains the world's undefeated world champion destroyer of empires, bro. It's crazy. But that's the story, man. That's the video. You guys let me know what you think all in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. And until next time, peace out.
All right, guys, if you like the video, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and yeah, shit is crazy. All of that for some punani.